Horror story. Murder on New Year's Eve. Agatha Christie. Attorney Mayer looked intently at the young man sitting before him. The man accused of premeditated murder. Bowler, I think you should confess honestly. Then I can defend you. How should I put this? I can't be accused of a crime I didn't commit. I'm innocent. I'm innocent. You must understand that. Yes, I'm trying to get you out of jail. But all the evidence is against you. You can't just scream and be innocent. I swear to God that I'm wrongly accused. I've fallen into a trap I can't escape from. Don't swear. Tell me clearly. How did you meet Mrs. Friend? That day, Mrs. Friend was almost hit by a bus. So she was so scared that she dropped her things on the street. I was there and picked them up for her. Later, I met her again at a party at a friend's house. She recognized me, spoke to me very intimately, and when leaving, she asked me to visit her. My friend said that she was a very rich old maid, living alone with her maid and 8 cats. You are in need, and you have made the acquaintance of a very rich old woman and deliberately prolonged the intimate relationship. If we prove that you did not know that Mrs. Friend was rich and that you only came to visit for social reasons. Bowler's face turned pale. Havey, my friend has talked about Mrs. Friend being rich in front of me and many people, some of whom even mocked me as a rat falling into a jar of sticky rice. So how can I explain that a handsome young man like you would waste time on an old woman with an unusual temperament? To tell you the truth, after the first visit, she begged me to come again. She complained that she was so lonely, so she treated me like a daughter. She was kind and indulgent, and I really liked her as a mother. When did she ask you to look after her books? After 4 or 5 visits. She was bad at calculating in business partnerships. And yet Jeanette, the maid, asserted that her mistress was very good at her job. That was also the opinion of the banks that had her accounts. They say that, but in front of me, she was very clumsy. Lawyer Mayer looked at Bowler. He believed in the young man's innocence. Bowler had spoken the truth. It is the psychology of old maids to pretend to be innocent in order to receive help from men. And Bowler had met that. Clearing his throat, he asked, "Have you ever taken advantage of friends' trust for your own gain?" I will have 2 ways of defending myself. If you were honest, you wouldn't have to get your hands dirty to get the money you could have earned honestly. On the contrary, you have tricks that the prosecutor knows and will bring up. Then I'll say that you didn't have the heart to kill that goose that lays the golden eggs. Thank you for your kindness. I was always honest when dealing with her. If people think that I took advantage of her materially, then her death would only be a loss to me. Lawyer Mayer looked straight into Bowler's eyes. Do you know that Mrs. Friend made a will leaving a large part of her property to you? Bowler sat up as if electrocuted. What do you mean? She left it to me? Nonsense. The lawyer's voice was still calm. You really didn't know about it? Oh, I didn't know anything. And yet Miss Jeanette insists that you did. It was Madame Friend who told her about it. Jeanette hates me and made it up. You have to believe me. You went to Madame Friend's house a few evenings, alone, and the next morning she was murdered in the living room. That night, at 9:30, Jeanette went to the back door to get some small things from her room and then left. She said she heard the landlady and a man talking in the living room. Bowler stood up abruptly. So I'm out of luck. I got home at 9:30. My wife can vouch for me. Thank God. Jeanette came back at the right time. The lawyer's face was still thoughtful. So, in your opinion, who killed Mrs. Friend? A robber. He hit Mrs. Friend on the head with an iron bar. A window was broken. Some things were taken. If it weren't for Jeanette's unreasonable suspicion and her dislike of me. It's not that simple. You said you came home at 9:30. But Jeanette heard a man talking to the landlady in the living room. How could she have a normal conversation with a robber? In any case, it wasn't me. I was there at 9:30. Please go see Roman. My wife will confirm my statement. Does Mrs. Friend know you're married? Of course she is. Jeanette said that you never brought your wife to visit Mrs. Friend. So she thought you were single and intended to marry her. Nonsense. She's too old. That doesn't matter. Bowler blushed. It's just Jeanette's imagination. I beg you, come and see my wife. Bowler's wife, Roman, was a tall, haggard woman. She received the lawyer Mayer with indifference. She looked calm and cold, which made the lawyer nervous. Whether he wanted to or not, he had to explain everything for the woman to hear. After a moment of silence, Roman spoke in a firm voice. Bowler wants me to confirm that he returned home at 9:20 that night. Don't even think about it. I would never be an accomplice to a murderer. Listen carefully. I confirmed that Bowler knew that friend had left him a fortune. So he killed the old woman to gain honor early. That night he returned at 10:20. His shirt covered in blood. He confessed everything to me. I will be the witness against him. You cannot testify against your husband. He is not my husband, but a bad man. I hate him. I want to see him hang. I will come to see you after contacting Bowler. Roman pouted. You believe he is innocent? How pitiful. Before the trial, lawyer Mayer received a letter in scrawled handwriting. If you want to expose the woman who harmed your husband, please bring $2. Come to address X at 7 p.m. Ask for Mrs. Motion. With great difficulty, lawyer Mayer found the address of the house. It was a slum shack in a muddy, dirty alley. An old woman with a hunched back waited for him behind the door. Hello, lawyer. Come in. Come in. The ceiling light gave off a dim light. Lawyer Mayer was startled to see the old woman's face covered with red, rough spots. She spoke in a shrill voice. Acid. Young man, I will take revenge. Revenge. Come on. Get to the point quickly. A skinny hand with dirty fingers reached out. Where's the money? It must be 2,000. If you know anything, you have a duty to testify. No, I don't know anything, but I can give you something very interesting. Would you like to read a letter from Mrs. Roman? It's very necessary for you. Give me the money. I only have 1,000. If you don't want it, I'll leave. The devil take you. Come on, pick your shit. The old woman pulled a bunch of envelopes from under the torn mattress and threw them in front of Mayer. You'll like the top one, I'm sure. They were all love letters, written by Roman to a man named Mac. The last letter was written on the day Bowler was arrested. Dear Mac, Bowler has just been arrested on suspicion of murder. You know, Bowler is a gentle man. He wouldn't hurt a fly. But you will tell the court that he came home covered in blood and confessed to you. He will be hanged and we will be together. The old woman added, Mac is my husband. In the past, because of Roman, he threw acid in my face. I hated her and have been following and stalking her for years. Now she will be punished for perjury to put her husband in prison. Believe me, go to the Eden Cinema and show them Roman's picture. They will tell you the truth. Wasting no time, lawyer Mayer went to the cinema and got his wish. However, before marrying Bowler, Roman was a play actor. So many people knew his face. They confirmed that on the night of the murder, Roman went to the theater to watch the last show. At 10:20, the day of the court hearing, Roman testified that on the evening of the murder, Bowler left the house carrying an iron bar. He returned at 10:20 and confessed to his sister that he had killed Mrs. Friend, and that he would kill her if she told the truth. The incriminating letter was immediately produced. Handwriting experts confirmed that the handwriting in the letter was indeed Roman's. The deceitful woman had to bow her head and confess. Indeed, Bowler had returned home at 9:20 as he had said. Bowler was acquitted, but the matter did not end there. Because Mayer's conscience was troubled. His heart was troubled as he recalled Roman's gestures in the dock. Her back was slightly hunched. Her right hand was always outstretched. A strange habit. He seemed to have seen someone with the same habit. Who? The lawyer was startled. That's right. Roman used to be an actor. The old woman with the scar. He went to the place where Roman was serving 3 months in prison for perjury. His mind was spinning with questions. Why? Why? The woman returned to her usual cold demeanor. Why did I play that game? I had to save my husband. A testimony from a loving wife cannot convince anyone. If my words were not of my own free will, but were forced by external influences, everyone would have to believe them. I was sentenced to prison for perjury. But my husband will be sympathetic to the court and everything will go well. And the trial. And Mac? If you just write a letter. It seems too fake. And Mac? No way. It's just a phantom name. Lawyer Mayer was angry. You shouldn't have done that. We can prove Bowler's innocence in a more legal way. Roman smirked. So you still believe Bowler is innocent? Of course. You know I do. I don't know anything. I know for sure that my husband killed Mrs. Friend. Why? Because we're so poor, Mr. Lawyer. N.